Run.
Welcome everybody to On the Run, and yes, I'm back again, and here I am at the Cathay Pacific Lounge at Manila Airport, just about to jump on a plane to Hong Kong and then over to Macau early Friday morning. It's Thursday night as I record this, and look, I apologise, the last few weeks I haven't been able to do On the Run. We were so busy getting ready for our Super September events at Newport World Resorts, but here I am quickly giving it to you this week, and we've decided to change the format a little bit for On the Run. I'm just going to do the top 10 stories of the week, which has been really hard for me to cull it down to 10 because I'm interested in everything, but I've been brutal and I've got 10 stories for you. So here we go. At number 10, well, IAG Super September at Newport World Resorts, a resounding success, and it really was. We had the IAG Summit on 2-day summit on Wednesday and Thursday. We had the Wednesday night IR Awards, IAG Academy IR Awards. We had the Manila After Dark on the Tuesday evening before we got started on the Wednesday. It was just a great event. Everybody was happy with it. Sponsors were happy, speakers were happy, delegates were happy, and we were happy as the organisers. So we'll definitely do that again next year. Not exactly sure which month yet. We're planning that out now, but we'll be back bigger and better in 2024. Now, number 9. This week, Andaz Macau at Galaxy Macau officially opened, specifically a MICE hotel, more than 700 rooms directly above the Galaxy International Convention Centre. Congratulations to Galaxy. I've been in there. They gave me an early peek some months ago. The rooms are beautiful, and what a great hotel. So they now add to Galaxy, Banyan Tree, Akura, JW, Marriott, Ritz-Carlton, Raffles, and now Andaz. And of course in phase 4, I think they have another 3, 4, 5 hotels coming. So they're going to be up almost rivaling Sands in terms of hotel rooms. Number 8. Macau operators' net debt to return to pre-COVID levels in 3 years. This is according to Morgan Stanley, who are always a little bit upbeat. The net debt of the Macau operators increased dramatically throughout COVID, of course, went from $5 billion to about, give or take, $22 billion, an enormous increase. But it has reduced by $1.7 billion in the past 6 months, which is an annual run rate of $3.4 billion, which I guess would be $10 billion for 3 years. But we're looking at getting rid of an additional, maybe let's say $17 billion. But of course, we expect the debt deleveraging, the write down of the debt, the payback of the debt to reduce faster and faster over that 3-year period. Interesting to note that Melco is the one with the highest debt in terms of market cap, 131% of their market cap, with Wynn and SJM both at 101% according to Morgan Stanley. Okay, number 7. PAGCOR taps the Development Academy of the Philippines to assist them with their privatization. What's this all about? Well, PAGCOR are getting ready for this privatisation. I won't go into the details. We've covered it at great length, and it's talked about in the cover story, I should say, of the September issue of IAG. 2 things here I think PAGCOR are doing. Well, first of all, they're getting the Development Academy of the Philippines to help them with their compensation and position classification system. So getting everybody to the right classification, getting everybody paid the right amounts of money, and this is something that the Development Academy of the Philippines can help GOCCs, that's government owned and controlled corporations in the Philippines, to do. And what I think is really going on here is 2 things. I think they're using the academy to increase the skill level of PAGCOR workers, and secondly to get clarity to exactly where each worker is, and to clarify their level, their correct compensation and their position, just in case they need to be moved on or get another job. I think that's what that's all about. Now, number 6. Philippines to exceed the 2023 target of 4.8 million visitors. Like, wow, they're going to absolutely bust through that target. So on Wednesday, the Tourism Secretary in the Philippines, Christina Frasco, I think her name is, said that there were 3.87 million foreign visitors so far to the Philippines in 2023 up to the 19th of September. And if you do the math, you divide that by however many days it is to 19th September and multiply it by 365, you get a run rate of 6.1 million. And you'd actually expect the run rate to increase in the Burr months, as the Filipinos call them: September, October, November and December. So that's a busy time for travel, the last 4 months of the year. So we might even expect more than 6.1 million. So that's smashing through that 4.8 million number. The Philippines is really pumping at the moment. In fact, the GDP growth forecast for the Philippines remains at 6.2%, the highest in all of ASEAN, I think it is. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's the highest. So the Philippines going very, very well indeed. Number 5, Macau post-pandemic record of, wait for it, 3,221,691 visits to Macau in August. Now there's 31 days in August, and the mathematically inclined of you will notice that 3.2 million, 31 divides nicely into that. A little bit more than 100,000. In fact, it works out to be 104,000 visitors a day on average, nearly the 2019 average of 108,000 visitors a day. So the visitation is back to 100% of pre-COVID for Macau. Congrats to Macau. But I would just notice that I would just comment that the basic statistics analysing that visitation do not change, and they have never changed for the years that I've been studying Macau, which is getting up towards 20 years now. I've been living in Macau 14 years and studying it for a lot longer than that. And what are those statistics? Well, average stay 1.3 days, roughly 50-50 between overnight visitors and day visitors, 4% foreign visitation. That's up a little bit from 2%, but you know, it's still a small number, isn't it? Under 5%, pretty much negligible. 72% from mainland China, 22% from Hong Kong, 2% from Taiwan. These are numbers that have been the same numbers for years and years and years. So tough for the MGTO and the Macau government to alter those basic statistics. But the main thing, the good thing, is that the volume is back. Number 4, Macau Golden Week mass GGR is expected to hit pre-COVID levels. Yes, 100% of pre-COVID levels, according to our good friends again at JP Morgan. They came out on Monday and they said, look, we expect traffic to be 85% of the 2019 Golden Week. We expect mass GGR to be 100% of the 2019 Golden Week. And the analytical amongst you will therefore conclude that the average spend per person now is a little bit higher than 2019, which kind of makes sense. We're still recovering from COVID to a certain extent, so the bigger players would come back first, the people who like to gamble more. That makes sense. So it kind of makes sense. It's a little bit more, but there's not much in it now, 85% compared to 100%. So pretty much everybody's getting back there. I would note that the GGR has climbed every single month in 2023. The first 8 months of the year, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, all the way, and August, all the way up to $2.12 billion in August. September's going to be lower. We're estimating that to come in at maybe around 1.88 billion. The typhoon, the T10 typhoon didn't help. Some other weather as well early in September. So early September wasn't great it was great compared to COVID, but it wasn't great compared to the rest of 2023. It'll still be a good month, and October could be a booming month. Number 3, Macau abolishes the coronavirus. Oh, sorry, let me get it right. The Novel Coronavirus Response and Coordination Centre. Yay! Finally, so the guaranteed mask supply for Macau residents scheme will continue. The Novel Coronavirus Response and Coordination Centre was established on the 21st of January, my dad's birthday, 2020, and finally closed on the 18th of September 2023, some 3 years and 8 months after it opened. And as we all know, Macau endured the longest running restrictions globally. Casinos were closed twice during the period, February 2020 for 15 days, and then a week again in July 2022, that really bad patch we had in the middle of 2022. I mean, it was a very Chinese response, wasn't it? And they really focused on the pandemic and really sort of ignored business and just let business suffer, and really focused on stopping the pandemic in lines with the very strong restrictive measures of mainland China. You almost get the sense that they're itching to reopen it, but I'm sure they're not. Anyway, let's move on. Number 2. Here's an interesting one. Resorts World Las Vegas President Scott Sibella is gone for violating company policy. You may say, why is this an Asian story? Isn't it a US story? Well, it's Genting, right? So Genting's obviously a Malaysian company. Resorts World is headquartered, or their global epicenter, global HQ is in Malaysia. So it's obviously owned by KT Lim ultimately. The US $4 billion resort has barely been profitable, kind of break-even-ish. Depends whether you look at EBITDA or you look at net income. But the $4 billion isn't really getting much of a return on investment. What precisely did the President Sibella violate? We don't know. Genting, Resorts World did not come out and say. But there is an excellent article in the Nevada Independent by John L. Smith. John L. Smith's a very famous gaming writer, highly respected. I respect him greatly, based in Vegas. Very good American gaming writer. And if you want to Google John L. Smith, Nevada Independent, Scott Sibella, Sibella, then you'll get a great story. And it's only a 3-4 minute read. That's really interesting. I won't go into the accusations that are made there, but I will say that he was cleared of all wrongdoing by the Nevada Gaming Control Board in February this year. And finally, number 1, the last one, MGM Resorts says all their operations are now fully restored after the September 10 attacks, the cyber attacks, where they went down. Again, you might say, why is this an Asian story, not an American story? Well, MGM obviously have operations in Asia, which incidentally were not affected by these attacks. Congratulations to Bill Hornbuckle on standing up to the bullies. All their hotels and casinos are now operating normally. It was 11 days of hell for MGM. Apparently they were losing, according to some estimates, somewhere between 4.2 and 8.4 million US dollars a day. If you take the median of those two numbers and multiply it by the 11 days, you get 69-70 million US dollars. But here's the good news: they had a US $200 million cyber insurance policy, so it may end up costing them nothing. And congratulations to Bill Hornbuckle for standing up to what you could only describe as scumbags for doing what they did. Apparently Caesars did not. They paid. And who are these scumbags going to come after next time? Caesars or MGM? Did I just say Resorts World before? If I did, I meant MGM. Obviously Caesars. So anyway, that's it for this week. I got to rush. I got to get my flight, and I'll be back in Macau, and I'll be there tomorrow night for the IAG 18th birthday party and MAD. We'll see you then. Bye for now. Have a great weekend, and see you at MAD if you're coming. See ya.